Then my message always to the Korean companies, and when you become executives in your Korean companies, is to leverage India's human resources. Korea is a country of 50 million people. It's a declining population. It's a very highly skilled workforce, and you can tap the middle level, lower level skilled workforce in India. And as I gave some examples that of designing and even of contracts in the Middle East, you can use Indian workforce. They are very we have a lot of experience of having worked in the Middle East. They are very comfortable in working in the Middle East, and with Korean top executives and engineers and Indian foremen and workers, it would be a good situation. And also, of course, tap the IT experts in India and work with them, and it will help in making the Korean companies globally more competitive. Why do all these American companies have huge R&D centers in India? Huge, thousands. I think Intel has about 30,000 engineers working in India designing new products, because they have understood that there is a lot to be gained by assigning this work to Indian engineers. This I have already covered more or less. The Korean companies have been very successful. The Indian market is very open to Korean companies. The Korean products has been accepted. It is known for its value for money. Then the Korean companies have gained a great name in delivery on time. I always give this example that when we order a ship from a Korean shipyard, they say that okay, it will be ready in 10th of October 2012, and it is ready on 5th of October 2012. So no slippage at all. So you can plan your supply chain system that if you want a boiler from Doosan that you want on 1st of July 2012, and jolly well it will be there on 1st of July 2012 with no price escalation and absolute confidence about quality. A word about India's cost competitiveness, that ultimately as the companies are becoming more globally competitive, you see, if you buy, for instance, Hyundai Rotem is trying to sell its metro or fast trains. Now you have competition from Bombardier, you have from Alstom, and in this global competition, pricing is very, very important. And you have to, these companies are global operators, you have to see where you can have a price advantage. And this is in fact a little old, and I am told now, this is about 5 years old, that in China the wages have risen even more as compared to India. Of course, wages and salaries have risen in both our countries, and but this gap perhaps has increased. And another important factor when you look at India as a land of opportunities is that even now the penetration of household products which are in daily use in the developed world is very, very low in India. Passenger cars 10 per thousand, motorcycles 40 per thousand. Even about 6 million motorcycles are sold every year. Even market is huge even then, but just about 40 per thousand. Cellular subscribers 500 million, half a billion. But there, of course, we have been successful. In as far as cellular phone is concerned, I think the joke is that even a beggar on the street has a cell phone. So, internet subscribers only 6 per thousand. So there is a huge scope for growth. But of course, the underlying factor is, or the necessary precondition is, that the people should have the money to buy. So economic growth is essential, which is happening 8 to 9% per year, and that translates into a bigger market a bigger mass market, and that creates opportunities for global companies. And another area, as I mentioned earlier, we are very weak in infrastructure. Korea did the right way. You established your infrastructure very quickly after independence, but we have lagged behind and are trying to make up. And here my message to Korean companies is that till now Korean companies are coming more as contractors or as sellers. But they must come more as investors. Now the Korean companies face a huge competition from Chinese companies. Earlier all these boilers were being supplied by Doosan, etc. Now the Chinese are supplying these boilers at 20% less cost. So Koreans, your companies have to be very careful and see in which direction global market is going, Indian market is going. And the Chinese are also coming with investments. They are giving soft credit, 5%, 5.5% interest. So that has to be matched. Otherwise, Koreans will lose whatever advantage you have in Indian market. One word briefly, that we are very committed in India to integrate more closely with East Asia. Because if you look at India, west of India is unfortunately Pakistan and Afghanistan and Iran and all host of countries which have their own issues and own problems. They are not economic giants or working where you can have a very profitable future relationship. And we are very closely trying to integrate our economy with East Asia, with ASEAN, with Republic of Korea, with Japan, with China. And some people ask me that India is in South Asia, why are you trying to come to East Asia? So I always say that India is a